Welcome to this video of checking out a furnace for winter readiness. To start with, make sure that your thermostat is calling for heat. Uh, as home inspectors, we don't generally tear down the furnaces to check for air conditioning and heating. What we do is we just put it through its paces depending on the outside weather. If it's good for heating, we will put it through a heating cycle. If it's good for air conditioning, we will put it through an air conditioning cycle and make sure that everything is working all right. Right now we are going to check it for heating. This is a 92% efficient furnace. This is around 100,000 BTUs. The house is around 2,000 square feet, a little over 2,000 square feet. So most of the furnaces range from about 60,000, 80,000, 100,000 to about 110,000 BTUs, British thermal units, for most of the houses. This is so being a high efficiency, this is a condensing unit, which means that the gas is burned so efficiently. The only discharge is like cool, moist air, and there's condensation. So you have to make sure that there's a drain line for the condensation line, that the drain line is clear too. Now we are going to look at the combustion chamber area. It's all sealed in. These are the 92% efficient furnaces. On the older ones, the 87s, it's an open flame. You can see the strip flames, but these ones you can't. And this is called the inducer fan. This supplies the combustion air for the gas strips. And when this starts up, you can listen to it and then see if it runs smooth or if it's running rough. If it's running rough, these cannot be repaired. You have to put a brand new inducer fan motor in, and they're relatively pretty cheap. They're like $69, $69 or $80, somewhere around that point. So this fan will actually pull in the fresh air from the outside, and it'll channel it in to the burner chamber, which is right here. And that's your high limit. If for any reason the heat box overheats for some reason, that will shut everything off. It's like a safety switch, and that there's no way of testing, because once it pops, there's a thermistor inside. Once it pops, it's popped. You cannot reset them, so you have to buy a brand new one. And then you'll see that little disc there. This actually senses the airflow, which opens the gas valve. When there's airflow in the chamber, it'll open up the gas valve, saying everything is okay, and you're ready to fire up. And then you'll see this black and white wire, which is actually going to your igniter. And that's it's called hot surface igniter, HSI for shortened form. And that actually is like a silicon carbide tip. It'll heat up, and 24 volts is applied to it, and it'll heat up, and it actually gives the ignition source to the gas mixture. So you cannot check all that on a house or on a home inspection, but if you can just watch the sequence and see how everything works out. And of course, don't forget to check your filter. Always check the condition of the filter, and always date your filter when you put it in, so that you know when you last changed it. This filter looks pretty good, though it's been 5 months in, but as a habit we will change it out. That's something you have to check. And always get a filter which is it's called MERV, MERV, MERV 8 or better. 8, 10, 13. 13 is more like a ultra high efficiency filter, and anything over that, it goes into HEPA, which is ultra high, but that can cause issues with your blower fan motors, because the air movement becomes restricted, and it can overload the motor and probably trip the motor out or overheat the motor. So you have to be careful. Read your manufacturer's specifications. The furnace is calling for heat, so you can hear the inducer fan motor start up. Beautiful blue flame, which is really good. There is no wastage of gas. You can see the monitoring rod heating up. You can see the thermocouple heating up, which means that it's sending a electrical signal, a micro milliamp signal back to the gas valve, saying everything is okay, you can open the main gas valve. This furnace is working really good. It's a beautiful blue flame, which means there is no wastage of gas. If you have yellow, it's normally okay to have a little yellow flakes here and there, but if it is too yellow, that means there is incomplete combustion. If it's a complete blue flame, it is complete combustion. So it is, this heater is running at 92% efficient, and it's using almost 100% of the gas to put out that heat. Something else this furnace has is a humidifier. Make sure the humidifier is calling for anything over 40%. Usually it's good to have between 40 to 50% humidity in the house. And what it does is, when the fan starts up, it sends a signal to this valve here, and it opens up, quarter-inch valve, it opens up, and it puts water into the stream. can smell the water going through. You'll have a little calcium buildup. You can't help it, but it adds moisture. You can see. There's a trough right above here, and it trickles all the way down the median or the pad, adding moisture into the air. So this furnace is working pretty good, so I'm happy with the performance. If you want to review it again, you can play the video back again. So this is a successful check. So to review, as a homeowner, if you want checking this furnace for your winter startup or your winter operation, make sure that your inducer fan motor is running pretty smooth. It's not grinding, or it's not running rough, which means that you'll have to replace this. Make sure that you check when you start the furnace that everything is running pretty good. Everything is cleaned up. Check your filter. Make sure that your filters are clean. Always have a fire extinguisher close by. That's an older fire extinguisher. It's using halon. Halon is not permitted anymore, but you can have a CO2 just in case. Okay, I'm going to close up everything. So this is a successful check of your furnace system.